Hey everybody, Stu here. Today on the Road Less Taught, we're going to be going over 3 exercises on how to sync up your picking hand and your fretting hand. This is very important for earlier players, people who are novices or just beginning, not just beginning, but maybe a little further. You can play a little bit and stuff, but now it's time to get serious and it's time to hone in on very important mechanics of your hands that are really going to pay off later once we start playing things a little faster, start doing things that are a little more intricate as far as playing guitar goes. Now, the first one is something I'm sure everyone has seen a million times, but there's a reason why you've seen this a million times, is because it works and it works well. Not only is this going to help get muscle memory into both of your hands to get them in sync, but it's also great for learning alternate picking and getting your hand used to wrapping around the neck and hitting the notes. And that is the good old chromatic scale. Now, the reason why the chromatic scale is commonly used for this is because it will force you to use all 4 of your main fretting fingers. And when you focus on alternate picking, you basically have everything there. Now, what I would recommend, though, and I've said this before, is playing on a clean tone if you are doing electric guitar. Go to a clean channel, or if you're on a dirty channel like I am now, only turn your volume knob up a little bit. Just like that, to really get a sense of how you're hitting your notes, because that's really what we want here. We want to be focusing on how you're hitting your notes. Are they even? Are they clean? Is your pick actually striking the string the same time that your finger is transitioning to the next note? Now, obviously, you want to start this off slow, so that's not going to be an issue. Take your metronome, do it on the beats. Well, I need some new strings on this, but you want to go through and you want to take your time with it. And you're going to do this all the way up the strings, back down the strings, and then all the way up the neck and back down. Going through and getting down, and just getting this down. One little note, actually, while I was just playing that, sorry, something popped into my head that I didn't plan on talking about, but this is actually kind of a good time to introduce this mechanic as well. When you're playing to a metronome or you're playing to a jam track, which is also very important as well, that's probably a topic for a different video. On the downbeats, do a little accented picking stroke. And that means just hitting the note a little harder on the down. So that is going to help keep you in time, especially when you're playing faster and you're just flying through notes. It's going to help you really keep on time if you're... And clearly will help with rhythm playing as well, to give that extra little accented note. So have fun with the chromatics. I know, it's boring. I know. And you're going to have to sit there and you're going to have to do it for hours and hours and hours. Trust me, this is going to help. Don't overload it with gain, because that gain has a great way of masking your screw-ups. So you really want to be listening in and making sure you're hitting things nice, even, cleanly. And And then once you get it in, you start hitting the accent notes and everything, you can start adding grooves in there, which is really cool. You notice how I went from playing it pretty flatly and stuff, and then kind of got into a little groove there. It's really cool, but you're just going to have to work on it for a while. The second exercise is going to be playing the major scale, but not in this position. We're going to be playing it in this position. The reason why I like that position so much for syncing up your hands is because not only do we have a great chance to focus on alternate picking through that, but this is really going to get your hands accustomed to the three major fingering positions of guitar playing as far as patterns and stuff goes. And that is going to be whole step, where you have a whole step, 2 frets up, so 3-5. So whole step. And that is repeated. So we're going to focus on the G major scale here. And then you move up to where you're going to do a half step, which is only 1 fret up, and a whole step. So 3-5-7, 3-5-7, 4-5-7, 4-5-7, and then the fun one, which is 5-7-8, and I want you to play it with first finger, third finger, fourth finger. Don't do this. You can save that for when you're up here, you know. But down here, where the frets are a little wider, we have to focus on getting the relationship between your ring finger and your pinky finger going. We have to get that going. And this is an easy way to do that. Now, you could sit there and you can go and just practice the ring and pinky. That's a great way to do it. But just going up and down and just getting that. That's going to really help sync everything in. And again, you want to play everything easily, smoothly. You want the notes to come out. You want to be able to hear every note. So again, don't crank up the distortion all the way and be like, oh, look at me, I'm shredding. And you know, it's not going to work out that way. We have to get this corrected. Not corrected, but we have to just get on the right path now. I know I probably should have warmed up before I started shooting this. But the third one is going to be for a little more advanced players. And this is more just kind of like a fun little technique that I've been doing. Not a lot of musical applications, but I call this the waterfall. And it's like a cascading downward flow of notes. So how we're going to do this is we're going to start off on the 8th fret. We'll focus on C major right now. So we'll start on the 8th fret, go to 10, on the high E string, and then hit the 12th note, or 12th fret on the B string. And then we're going to repeat 8, 10, 12, but just 1 string lower. So and then we're going to go 9, 10, 12 on the G and D strings. And then we'll repeat that because this is all C major in this position. So just we're just going to do that. 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 7. And then you can hit the octave, hit that 9th fret if you want. But the picking for this, it's not a straight alternate. that staccato kind of sound. This is more of, it's not exactly sweep picking, but you're kind of like a loose alternate picking with a little bit of like a swybrid kind of deal, where you're not like sweep picking, because again that's a little too harsh on there, but we're kind of going for like a soft waterfall kind of feel here, and it's and that's it, and it sounds pretty cool. When you get it up to speed. So that, I mean, that's something for, you know, if you've done the hours of the, you know, you've done that, you've run your scales, you know your scales, you know Aeolian, you know Ionian, you've done it. You know, just practice on that and see where that gets you. So that's going to wrap it up. That's 3 quick and easy ways to get your hands in sync, with the last one being a little more advanced, just trying to trip up your fingers, make sure the notes come out clean, that the pinky and your other fingers aren't blocking other strings. And that's it. That is going to do it for this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.